Hey guys, welcome to your YouTube channel Web Tutorials. I hope you have subscribed and today we are going to learn CSS by playing CSS Battle. Let's see our next problem, which is like forking crazy. So in order to do this, I don't think this method will be useful. So let's delete the code and let's start afresh. So we have a style tag. Let's close style tag, and in that you have the star uh, margin 0, and then background you can select to be this color. So by default everything is in this color, just to understand. So how do we approach this problem is like, let's divide this into two sections. One is the top div id, let's say top, and then let's have a bottom div. Let's close it. Let's call this an id bottom. So outside the div tags we have let's say let's give our div tags uh, background so that we can use them properly. Let's copy this background. Nothing comes up, so let's define the width. So as I think, like, this is like we have seven folks, like four dark and the four light, so basically seven. Each, if we count it as 20 pixel, this should make it like 140 pixel. So I think the width of this object should be like 140 pixel. Height is supposed to be like 100 pixel. No, 100 pixel. This is for two divs together. I think it makes sense. So let's have it as 100 pixel. Let's margin this 50% top. Oh, can't margin both of them because we want the second div's margin to be exact. Let's say let's margin top margin, say 50 auto. So basically you are taking 50 from the top and auto left and right. So as I said, this should be like 140 pixel. The bottom margin would be 0. I think this should be it for the first div, and the second div. For bottom div, margin would be like 0 auto. So basically 0 on the top and the auto for left and right. I think that should do it. Let's have the border radius. So top left border is 0, top right border is 0, bottom left is like 100 pixel, I guess. And the bottom right would be like 100 pixel. So by eyeballing it, like, we think it is 100 pixels. So I think this is perfectly right. Uh, and after doing this, let's have one inline element. So the smallest inline element we know is an I tag or even an S tag. That shouldn't be a problem. So we are basically not going to put any contents there. We are only going to style them. So let's style bottom content, bottom I with say 20 pixels, height say 50 pixels. We have from the bottom there is a space, right? So let's put it as 60 pixels. So no matter, uh, we need to arrange everything in the center. So let's say text Before we do that, let's visualize where is this bottom eye. Let's say background red just for reference. I don't see the bottom eye. So eye inside the bottom with a width 20 pixels and a height of 60 pixels, background red. Oh, display is like inline, so we can't give height and the width, so we have to change it to inline block. So inline block will have the height and the width. Yeah, so let's center arrange that. So all the divs, so let's have text align. So basically I is in text, which is an italicized text. So we are cheating in here, but that should be fine. Then you have transform, translate. X you don't want to translate 0, and Y you want to translate it to 100 pixels, 190 pixels. I think that is good enough. Then we can change our background color to what is the actual color. And let's do the same thing with the eye for the top. So basically we have 7 folks. How we are going to design that is by using eye, and I think I'm going to reduce the size of the top box by another 10 pixels so that the eye will stand out. We'll give a negative indentation on it. So let's say top eye. We haven't put any eyes yet, so let me reduce the height of the top box. Height to be not 90 but 100 pixel but 90 pixel. So basically we are shifting everything up by 10 pixels. So let's add the margin for this too, like instead of 50 let's add 60 pixels. So now I think it should be again in line. The reason I'm pushing it down so that the circular part will stay above. uh, so let's put 7 eyes in between this eye tags with a closing tag. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yeah, just to visualize this, let's give it again a display. You need to change it to inline block. Let's say background, just to visualize, red with 20 pixels, height 100 pixels. Uh, Basically we are cheating and we are saying the height to be more than what it is. 100 pixels, a border box. Let's give it as a radius, border radius to be like 10 pixel. I hope you can see them now, right? So background blue is basically the Fox limit. So we need to push this even sticks out, and the even sticks is in perfect position, but the odd sticks we need to push it out for one say 10 pixels. So how do we do that? So we can use pseudo elements for top, eye, and child, say odd, which is 1 3 stuff. So we need to translate this, translate y-axis, translate on y-axis, but basically we need to transform, translate on y-axis to negative 10 pixels. Oops. So if you see now, those fox are standing out, and I think this is in perfect sync. We can give it a background color of the same. We can put this as a background color, or let's put blue as a background color, and instead of writing another, oh, sorry, not for the bottom eye, top eye, instead of red, let's put blue as the background color. And for this we can change the background to be the dark blue. Uh-huh. If you see the problem in here, the blue sticks that are over here is actually inside the box. So basically we can do is like we can reduce the size of the box still to 50 pixels, and then increase the not that, control C. So we can reduce the height of the top box to 80 pixels, and then add a margin to be like 70 pixels. No, margin to be like 80 pixels. Okay. No, 80 pixels sort of. No, that wouldn't work. So let's have the height to be 90 again. Let this be as 60 pixels only. Auto 0. I don't know where did the code break. Yeah, code broke here. Oh, auto. So let's increase the height of the eye elements, the top eye elements. Let's call it 110 pixel. And basically what we have done is we have increased the height. So this has come down. So we can also translate this on top to be minus 10 pixel. So we can not only for the odd but for both even and odd, we can push 10 pixels up. So it will, I think, should negate that. But we have a margin as the margin 60 pixels. Let's have this right. Let the height of the box be 90 pixels. No, I think this is right. So let's submit and see. Yes, we have a 100% match and score is 600, which is not bad. So this is how you need to basically understand and structure your divs and I tags and p tags better so that you can get the particular result.